These are the most brutal and painful ways to die in history. The tapeworm diet. To be beautiful in the Victorian era, you had to be very, very thin. This was naturally quite hard to achieve, but there was one diet that was all that's needed: the tapeworm diet. The patient would willfully take the pill containing the egg of a tapeworm, which they did raise inside of their stomach for months until it grew, feeding on all of their calories and helping them to achieve that coveted 16-inch waist. That's to say, if it didn't kill them first. Most tapeworms attach to the intestine, but larvae can also attach to the eyes, heart, or brain. They can grow up to 30 feet long, and getting rid of one is a horrific experience that can take weeks. And what happens if the worm doesn't come out the other end on its own? Well, doctors would go fishing inside the patient's digestive tract, inserting a metal cylinder stuffed with bait through the patient's mouth down into their intestines. The procedure often caused the patient to choke to death before the worm could even be caught. Why was this so popular? Remember, this was a time when people ingested mercury and bathed once a year, so this kind of thing was part of the course. The Roman candle. Romans were known for their particularly sadistic methods of killing, but this one stands out as one of the more decorative means of murdering another human being. Favorite method of the sociopathic Emperor Nero. The Roman candle involves an unfortunate soul being tied and nailed to a pole, but not before being coated head to toe in a slow, burning, flammable material. The victim was then raised to the top of the pole. Fire would be lit at the base of the pole, and the flames would slowly rise to the feet of the waxed victim. Because of the slow burn quality of the wax, burning would be steady and gradual as it slowly and incrementally spread over the entirety of the victim's body, turning them into a living candle. Fun fact, Nero liked to decorate his garden parties with this type of candles as a kind of mood lighting. The blood eagle. The helpless victim would lie in front of the feet of the Viking raider, at which point they'd be kicked onto their front, exposing their back. At this point, a sword or axe would be used to separate the ribs from the backbone. The gruesome rite would be completed by the Viking plunging his hands into the slit back of the victim and pulling out their lungs, draping them over the upper back and shoulder area of the dead warrior, like the wings of an eagle. Going a bit forward in time, more specifically during World War II, poison gas was a pretty popular way to decrease the population. Poison gas usually was shot from a distance in the form of a bomb. What's so scary about this bomb is that it slowly burns away your skin, eyes. You start coughing out your lungs and eventually suffocate to death, dying in a muddy puddle in the middle of nowhere. To be completely honest with you, I would take a bullet over this any day.